Hi students, let's look at this question here, which is on simplifying the expression using the laws of indices. Let's see how we can do this proficiently. So you're given that 18a minus negative the power of negative 6 here, divided by 3a negative 2 squared. Now, in your syllabus, when it puts a divide here, basically you're treating this as one single entity. Alright, so in other words, there's an invisible bracket here. Okay, I know it can be a bit very confusing, but I would suggest you just put a bracket here. Okay, so in the O-level Singapore syllabus, typically this is the case. So what we're going to do is actually just put this as equals to 18, and a to the power minus 6 will just be 1 over a 6, right? And this here will just multiply by 1 over 3 a minus 2 squared. Okay, so this is it. Now once this is done, what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to just simplify this, because this is 1 and this is 6, right? And this is pretty okay. And what I'm going to be left behind will be 1 over a, about 6. And this would be a to power minus 4. Alright, this case here, I think it's pretty okay. Once that's done, we are going to have this both multiplied together, which is 6 a 6 minus 4. Okay, this multiplied with this. So this case here will be 6 a to the power of 2. Alright, so this is how you do this part here. After which we're going to look at part 2. Similarly, for part 2, what we're going to do is actually same thing. Actually, this is multiple, so this is pretty okay. This will be 5, b to the power of 0 will be 1. Multiply with 3, and this 2 will just multiply with negative 2 here, which is negative 4. And once this is done, this will be 15 b negative 4. Now, you're told to express in the positive index notation. So in other words, this needs to be changed to a positive form because this is a negative one. So this is 15, and this is 1 over b to the power of 4. Okay, so this case here will be 15 b 4. Alright, so this is the part here, which yeah, if you have any question, please let us know. And we just quickly do part 3. Part 3, when you square it, every single one will need to be squared. So 3 square, c square, square, d minus 2 square, and this will just be 9c4, and this will be d negative 4. And since this has to be in positive form, what I will suggest is just put this as 1 over d to the power 4, d to the power 4 here, and this will multiply on top, which is actually 9c to the power 4 over d to the power 4. Okay, so this indices is pretty okay. Then we're going to look at part 6 here. Is it part 6? Part 4. Part 4 here, minus negative 3. Okay, this is pretty interesting. So what we're going to do is actually the negative here, I will suggest you get rid of the negative so that it's easier. So this case here, what we get is actually just flip. When you get rid of negative, flip it up and down, and this will be to the power 3. Right, because it's very annoying to have the negative to all the terms there when you multiply it in. So I'm going to put the negative out first. So this 3 here will be 3 over e squared to the power 3, and f negative 1 to the power 3. Okay, so this case 2 to the power 3 will be 8, and e to the power 2 times 6, so this e6 is f negative 3, and this case here, what we get is e6 times 1 over f negative 3, which is actually just e6 times f3, f3, yeah, f3. When you flip it up, is f3. So or if you are not too sure, what we could do is actually just change it. So this would be this is actually 1 over f negative 3, right? Because 1 to the power of negative 3 is still 1. So this is the case here. So what we can do is actually this negative sub inside will be e6. This is f over 1, 3. And this will be 8 f3 over e6. So this is how we do this question here proficiently. Now, any question or comments, please do let us know. Keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next question.